Well, the Christmas film, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, has been released, and I'm going to tell you about it. Is this a classic Christmas film that you're going to be watching 10, 20 years from now? Maybe at the bar? And I'll tell you all about it.
Showtime.
So me and one of my very best friends went and saw The Very Best Christmas Pageant in the theatre, and it's directed by Dallas Jenkins, who is known for directing the very Christian TV show The Chosen. A very Christian TV show? Well, I guess you could say that. If it's about Jesus, it's very Christian, so I'm going to stick with that.
I love you. You're awesome.
Anyway, The Very Best Christmas Pageant is pretty much a 20-year dream project for Dallas Jenkins, and you can tell in this film because he has put his heart and soul in it. Now, what I like to do before I go into the synopsis of a film, before I give you all my, well, the good ingredients and the bad ingredients, what I like to do is say, did I like this film and should you go and see it? Now that's not so you guys can click off here and go, well, I've seen enough of this video. Yes, he said it's blah blah blah, so we're going to go and see it, so please stick around.
So don't go anywhere.
But I'm just going to tell you straight up, I love this film, and yes, this is a Christmas classic. This is a film that has been so beautifully crafted that you're going to be watching this 10 years from now. You're going to be watching this 20 years from now, 30 years from now. This is a Christmas classic. This is right up there now, even though it's a very different kind of film. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, or The Grinch, Christmas classics, even Elf, even the Santa Claus films that we go back and we visit every Christmas. Well, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever is among that list, and it is going to be seen as a classic. So what is the film about? The film is about a group of nasty little kids called the Herdmans, and they want to take over the Christmas pageant, which is seen in the trailer. Now, the trailer gives a lot of funny stuff away, but this film's got so much more, and the humour comes out in the film in the main storyline, where Grace, played by Judy Greer, agrees to... That was a tongue twister. Judy Greer agrees to...
Come on, try getting it out.
Judy Greer agrees to...
Try getting it out.
Judy Greer's character, Grace, agrees to direct The Very Best...
Just say it!
Judy Greer...
Stop it. Get some help.
Judy Greer's character, Grace, agrees to direct The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and that's her determination to make it the best. Now, the Herdmans, who are a ragtag bunch of kids who obviously come from a very bad background, they come into the church where this pageant is taking place because they want to eat free food. Cake, I think, from memory. And so they come in and they decide, well, you know what? This is interesting, this Bible book and this story about Jesus being born by Mary, and these lost children, lost in the way of obviously the father, we get hints the father's not there, the mother's not in their life, and we never see the parents. And I'm going to get onto that a little bit later. But these kids are so lost, and obviously they result to theft, smoking cigars, blasphemy, stealing, all sorts of shenanigans to get through their life. But they find their solace in being allowed to partake in the pageant. And of course, the cranky old people in the church, the stuck-up snobs, they don't want the Herdmans in this play at all because they think they're going to ruin the pageant. Through the incredible direction here of Dallas Jenkins, we get to see, not only is it humorous, but we get to see the worlds collide of these more upmarket townsfolk and people and this obviously disheveled family, these disheveled children that don't have a great lot in life. And we start to see them develop and come of age, but that's not done in a real hokey pokey way. The class and the strength here in this film is the fact that it's done really believably. Yes, there's some crazy humor. Yes, there's some crazy fun. but it's done in a heartwarming, realistic way as well. It's not full of schmaltz, but at the same time, it's so heartfelt. But a lot of the heartfelt moments, which I really don't want to give away here, actually come from very humorous moments. And you see the heart in the humor, in the fun. That gets you laughing, and it kind of, relaxes the senses a little bit for the heart to just go on a bit of hyperdrive and go, wow, that is such a heartwarming moment. So the casting here, especially Judy Greer as Grace, is fantastic. She's whimsical, she's fun, but she's caring and she's nurturing. And the young actress that plays Imogene, now Imogene is the leader of the Herdmans, and she is absolutely fantastic here. She's really good. Is she a full-on solid performer and she going to get an Oscar for this? Well, maybe not, but she's still really good. She brings all the right moments to her character of Imogene, and you can't help, as she grows and develops, to really feel for Imogene. Now, the little actress here that steals the film for me is the young actress that plays the part of Gladys. And I relate to Gladys because I've got a little niece who we affectionately call Muffin, and Muffin is the literal incarnation of Gladys, or I should say Gladys is the incarnation of Muffin. Toothless little crazy wonders, highly intelligent and extremely funny, who like to jump and go rah! And that's exactly what my niece does, and that's what Gladys does. And Gladys does often steal the film, pretty much every scene she's in. Now, there's one scene, I'm not going to say what it is, guys. I'm going to say where it's about, and it is actually during the pageant. There's one scene involving Imogene, the oldest daughter, and how she's playing Mary and what she's doing, that literally steals the film, that it just brings the house down because it's so funny. Now, I saw it in the cinema. There was probably about 10 or 11 of us in the cinema when I saw it, and I could feel everyone loved it. The people that were in there loved it. We all laughed. This is a moving, beautiful film, and it's a moving, beautiful film because it shows you that you can't just judge people by a certain image or where they come from. And especially this time of the year in Christmas, we don't know everyone's situation and we can't just judge that situation, and we need to do and perform exactly what this time of year dictates, which is giving hope, which is being forgiving, which is being caring and nurturing, everything that the baby Jesus was in the Bible and in his story, in his literal story. And that's what the film is about. It doesn't throw Bibles at you. It's not trying to Bible thump you. So if you're not a Christian or you have never read the Bible, etc., this film is still for you. This film is for everyone, for church people. Even atheists are going to go and enjoy this film, or an agnostic, because it's the heart and the soul of the film. And it is so beautifully directed. So as far as the good ingredients, I'm going to say the key good ingredient here is actually the love and care that Dallas Jenkins has put into the film. Every frame, every little piece is like almost perfect. The pacing of it, he uses slow-mo photography at times, he uses narration. Now, I've heard some people say, I didn't really care for the narration, I didn't like the narration at all. Well, I completely disagree, because to me, the narration gives it a bit of a Stand By Me, the classic film Stand By Me. It gives it that kind of feel. Now, I think that's obviously what Dallas Jenkins was going for, but for me, it really works, because we know early the young daughter, who is the daughter of Grace, we know that she is narrating the film. She's narrating the story. And also, as far as great ingredients, what we do get at the end of the film, and it's not spoilers really, guys, but what we get at the end of the film is also we get to know what happened to these people in this town, what happened to the Herdmans, what they went on to do. And it actually is really clever. It's really funny. It comes up across the screen, and I think that's real bonus. I'm not going to tell you what happens to any of the characters, but it's a real bonus getting to read and see what happened to these characters. And part of that in itself is really heartwarming. Now, the only bad ingredient I could say for this film for me is I would have liked to have seen a little bit more Christmas decorations. Now I know that may sound, pretty like I'm clutching at straws here to say something bad about the film. I just wanted to see like the wide angle shots of the beautiful town. The snow is stunning. The production design, the music score, the costume, it all works and it all pushes into the cinematography to look beautiful. I just wanted to see a little bit more Christmas decorations and maybe some caroling in the streets, a little bit more of that style. Now, I touched on this earlier and I wanted to save this for a little bit later on. Some critics have turned around and said that one of the weak points of the best Christmas pageant ever is the fact that you don't see the family of these 6 troublesome children. Well, for me, I think that works. I think that the fact that we don't ever see the father and we don't see the mother, we only hear about them, and we see these kids living in this like shanty house. They basically have no food, which allows the Grace and her husband to provide them with a beautiful big Christmas ham and turkey and show them love and kindness. I think that wouldn't have worked as well if we saw the parents there. I think we see the parents by the way the children are and the way the children treat other people. That leaves for our imagination of what these parents are like. So I think that's actually powerful and very clever in not having the parents in the film. But I can't recommend this film more than I already have, guys. This is a phenomenal film. It is one of my favorite films of the year, if not my favorite, but I'm not going to give that away yet because I am going to do a favorite films of the year video coming up very soon. But please go and see this film. Don't wait for this on Netflix. Don't wait for this on DVD. See this at the cinema, because this is a film that in 10-20 years time you're going to say, oh wow, what a classic. Oh, I wish I saw it in the cinema. And it's also great to support such a beautiful family friendly film. So please guys, go and see the best Christmas pageant ever, because you will have the best time in the cinema. So guys, for my final score for the best Christmas pageant ever, I'm going to give this a very well-deserved Champagne Spritzer, which is a great film. Until next time guys, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and please tap the notification bell so you get notifications of my latest uploads. And until next time, bottoms up and keep getting drunk on movies.
Meatloaf, double meatloaf. I hate meatloaf.